gathered today to talk about 10 major milestones to achieve in your 20s because I'm turning 30 in like a couple months in August, and I'm not freaking out. I'm trying not to freak out. And I really just started taking control of my finances like 8 months ago. I started saving, I started living frugal, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe this can help someone in their 20s, because if I would have started like even only 5 years ago, I would be in a different place now. Like financially, I would be fine. I would be so fine. And so I work a 9 to 5. I earn, below average money, and I saved 10,000 in the past 7 months, and so can you basically. So I'm trying to encourage people to start saving money from their 9 to 5, because honestly, it's life changing. If you start saving money, oh my goodness, your mindset changes about money, and that, I think, is the most valuable part of all of this. So I rent an apartment. I'm not telling you to like have the money for a down payment or buy a house or things like that. No. Like, I'm working towards financial freedom. For me, at the moment, it does not include having a house, or at least not in this country, let's say. And so before we start, if you're in your 20s, super cool. But if you're in your 30s or 40s, you're not late. Like, you cannot possibly be late in your own life. Now that you're seeing this and that you're realizing that maybe you want to make financial changes in your life and have a better financial future for yourself, your family, then, you can start changing something. And I have some inspirations for you. So let's go. Let's go. Number 1, I think before 30, you should have 6 months of fixed expenses set aside. If that is 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, I think you should have a pile of money on your savings account just sitting there for a good night's sleep, for peace of mind, and for not having to have a panic attack when a bill comes in that you did not expect. Or like when your car breaks down, you want to be able to, have that emergency fund. If you lose your job, you don't have to worry for a couple months. That's what I think we all should have on our bank accounts, or, well, on our savings account. Then the second thing, I think, well, it's either the 6 months or it's just like 10,000 on the side. That's what I did. For me, 10,000 would be like 5-6 months of fixed expenses set aside. And so for me, the round number 10,000 was like, okay, my bank account has never seen that number before. And so I was like, okay, I like that number, so I'm going for that. So it's either one or the other. The third one is to learn to watch your money. Like checking your bank account consciously every day for a while, tracking your money, budgeting, having an overview of your money and really knowing like what comes in, what goes out, where is my money going. Like, you don't want to have your money just like leaking out and just going away from you. If that is still happening, even though you tried budgeting, then it's probably because of your money beliefs, your money patterns, maybe your money trauma that you still have from childhood that is subconsciously still running your finances. Then you might want to grab my ebook, which is going to help you with that. But, starting to budget, to write down what comes in, what goes out, is going to change your life already. Like, just do that. You're going to have a different life financially. Number 4 is I made a YouTube video about the 4 money types, and maybe you want to watch that because I think it helps you to understand your relationship with money, how you handle your money, and how you feel about it. If you're greedy or if you feel guilty when you spend money, those kind of things, there's money types. And if you understand your pattern, then you can start changing it. And that, I think, is also super helpful. Number 5 would be to heal your money trauma and change your beliefs, because, you can have lots of money and still be greedy. It doesn't mean that you have a healthy relationship with money if you have a full bank account, So I think really thinking about your first memory that you have with money as a child, and then go from there, untangle what beliefs that could have caused, and then changing those beliefs into what actually serves you financially is another milestone that I think, good to do that, good to think about that. Number 6 would be to set a financial goal for yourself, or at least to know a direction that you're going. Like, do you want to buy a house and have a car and work until you're 65? Or do you want financial freedom and that maybe does not include a house? What is the lifestyle that you want to live? What is the life that you want to have? And then see how much that lifestyle costs you and then work towards that. You know, like by the end goal, I mean, not just those 10,000 or 6 months of fixed expenses, but like, how do I see myself in 10 years, 20 years living, and what money does that lifestyle require me to have? And then move on from there, like have an end goal there, like have something that's further away that supports the lifestyle you want to have. And maybe you just want to go travel for a year to even figure that out. Like, it took me all my 20s to figure out what I want in life. And so here I am sharing my journey with you, because, it's difficult to figure that out, especially like if you're single like me and, you have all these options and you don't know what to do. I think it's really good to like have an idea in the future of where you want to go, what you want to have, and how you want to live. Number 7 is, I think before you're 30, you should start investing. Even if it's small amounts, like even if it's $50, $100 a month, just getting basic knowledge of how to invest, what is investing, how can I start, how is it in my country. I don't give very detailed advice on that because it differs from country to country, and I live in Switzerland, and so I do share, which app I use to invest. But like, just educate yourself on that. Ask ChatGPT, have a look at different resources and then see what overlaps. And that's probably a pretty good idea. And then just do it, just decide that you're going to invest long term, not just for a year. You're not going to start day trading if you don't know anything about investing. You just want to start investing every month regularly to have a better future and really just have a better financial life down the line, because the years pass by anyways. If you don't invest, I don't know if you're going to get a pension. Do we know that? We don't. Number 8, I think you should start a side hustle. You should have somehow a second stream of income that supports, I don't know, maybe your creativity, or, hosting something, or giving yoga lessons on the side, something like that. It doesn't even have to be a personal brand or, online work. It can even just be in your community that in the evening you can give like creative courses or something like that from something that you really enjoy doing. If you would lose your 9 to 5, you still have in the back of your head that you have this second stream of income and you're not just relying on one source of income. I think that's super, super important. Somehow find a way to start a side hustle and get a second stream of income so that you don't just have to rely on your 9 to 5. Number 9 is to start making long-term plans with your money. For me, I decided, okay, I'm going to start investing for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It really depends on where I'm going to go financially, how fast I can make more money than I'm doing right now. But like having a 10 or 20-year plan with your money to really make your money work for you, that is also something that is very important to start before you're 30, because if you do that before you're 30, the compound effect is gonna just become active at some point, if you know what I mean. And then number 10 is to basically switch from consumer to creator. And this is super important to me because when I started saving money, I stopped consuming so much and I stopped constantly thinking about what I want to buy next, and it gave me the mental space to really think about what's important to me, how can I start creating things in life that have value for others, and also how can I make more money. If you switch from consuming to creating, you're gonna get more money and not spend more money, and you can still have a beautiful and a happy life. And I think looking for ways to make money outside of your 9 to 5 is something that I don't see anyone do that. And so for me, it's like, okay, how can I do something creative, like something that I mentioned before? If you're starting a side hustle, find ways to make money. It's easier to just go to your job, and get paid every month the same amount, but like learning new skills and looking for ways to make money really challenges you, makes you grow, and ultimately makes you have a better financial future, building that financial freedom that maybe you want, or the house that you want. You can get there faster. So if you don't know where to start, really, all the links are below that you need, and I'll see you around. Have a good day.